Hey everybody, it's Jason here. I just picked up a huge load of Militaria that's better probably than any um, collection or pieces I've bought. It's a large amount of really quality stuff. I'm gonna show you real quick because I've got somebody coming over actually tomorrow, the day after this video is recorded, um, to look at everything and kind of help me evaluate it. And he's a dealer who goes to all the shows, like the shows and everything. So um, hopefully he can school me on the stuff I don't know anything about. And anyway, let's check it out. So all this on the table here. This little bit on the floor, and there's a couple of boxes of books there. But let's just kind of go through it. This is a collection of Citadel. That's the military college here in South Carolina, not too far from where I am. But I've never had a pair of let's see if it'll focus here for you. The wings here, the RTC. There it goes, wings. I can't find this one, so if anybody knows about this, please let me know. The really neat Citadel aviator's wings there. Citadel Marine Corps tag and Navy tag. Yeah, it's really neat piece to have here, especially in South Carolina. And this large collection of, the only thing I did was go through and kind of put some things together. A lot of things are already in boxes together. This is one of my cases. I just put all these CIBs and EIBs in the case here. So this side here is all sterling CIBs. You see you got the second awarded CIB there for whoever that was, a mini CIB. And these were not marked on the back. A lot of them are older. Maybe one or two that are kind of more modern, but none of those. There's some more modern medals. This is probably the most modern stuff that's in the collection here. None of these are named. You got some of the air defense. There's actually a World War I collar disc. This case, which has, it's not all full, but lots of ruptured ducts. And stick with me a little bit in the video when I get to that case. There's some very interesting ruptured ducts that I've never seen before. I'll show those here in a few. That piece right there, if anybody knows about that, let me know. It's like that plastic kind of material, and it says Tech Rep Africa. There's a nice ruptured duct. A few cases just of ribbons, which aren't crazy impressive, but they're all, kind of older. You got the ribbon rack there with a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star and the Victory Medal for World War II and World War I. There's a nice one with a Purple Heart ribbon. World War II and I think Korea guy. Anyway, still neat. And this log album from the USS Tennessee. I didn't know what a log album was myself, but it actually has a lot of the paperwork from the sailor, and I think it's 1930. Yeah, this one's dated 1930. But it actually has this log in it before all the pictures, and one of them, I think it's like the fourth one down there, right there. This is at the end of the sentence, the captain died en route. And then the next one says Virgin Islands, points unknown, I think, to have something for funeral of the captain. So the captain actually died of the Tennessee on this cruise and en route, and it's full of some great photos. I won't show you all of them. Some boxers, some sports photos, some of the sports teams. And there's one or two in here that's actually, that's really neat with the diving suit. It actually shows damage. I can't remember if it was this one or I have another book too that they took from being, they collided with another ship, I believe. And that's probably part of it. Right there. Anyway, that's a neat album. I love going through those old albums. Let's see. And this one, I haven't actually taken this off the back to look at it, but it just says very early Navy lapel pin. Some war workers, pins. There's a war worker. See if you can get it in there. A little button and some medals. Military athletic medal. Not sure about these. Anybody knows about these, let me know. It's like some kind of embroidered piece. And here's some German. There's not a whole lot of German stuff in this collection, but there is some really cool World War I era German stuff. I'll show you in a bit. The mini medal. Some more ribbons. A lot of stuff I haven't even researched yet. And some things in this case, actually I couldn't even Google lens when I was trying to do some research. So that's why I'm hoping my acquaintance that's coming over can help me figure out. Like this, I'm not sure if this was just a worker or if that says PW for POW, but this looks like maybe a German name. And there's some World War I tinny type buttons there. This one I could not find. I haven't tried to translate it. I could probably do it that way, but I couldn't Google Lens that. I did a quick search through this stuff, but anybody knows what that is, let me know. And like I say, guy coming over might know offhand what it is too. Some other one, and as well as this one. I couldn't find this one anywhere. It looks like some guys behind barbed wire, but I can't quite make out what that says right there. And like I said, it's like one of those tinny type button things. Anyway, that was really neat. I don't know any of the story on a lot of that. It's going to take some research. This is just some patches that run a frame from a recruiting thing. And some old police badges. These are police badge, the blanks. I haven't stamped yet with any city or town. A great New York badge and a Deputy Sheriff from Ohio and other badge. I do know a guy who collects police badges. I was a deputy sheriff, but I don't really collect the badges too much. A great 1911 holster was just in there. It's mainly medals and different things like that, but that was neat. And a lot of named groupings. Like this is a Pearl Harbor survivor, and this actually has a service log in it from the ships he was on. I think it started in like 1936 or so. A lot of his awards and little certificates are in this pile. And this piece looks almost like there's another rating, Navy rating sewn on the other side. It's almost like an apron that he made. That's what I think it is. I don't know. I can take it out later and I'll show you. But it's got his dog tags here. His Pearl Harbor Survivor Association cap with his name tag there for the USS Tucker. Anyway, that's a really neat piece. Just kind of some odds and ends in that. And this whole stack's pretty much, maybe not all named, but majority. This one's really cool. It's named, you see that dog tag there. I think that's World War I. Looks almost handmade. And these dog tags are the ones that had the fingerprints on the back of them. And there's his good conduct, dated 33. And that medal's actually numbered on the bottom there. It's not named, but it's numbered. Great piece. Just another group of ribbons. This is not named. I'm going to try to figure it out, but it has the police chief's badges in there from Canton, North Carolina. This is like a North Carolina medal for World War One, and a World War One victory medal, a little pin for World War One, a doughboy cap, some collar disc, and some kind of pin. I think it was a coin made into a pin, but I got to try to figure out a name for that. I'm hoping I can find that out. Another name set. This one's interesting because, let's see if I can get it there. It's a Naval Reserve on the dog tags with some Naval Reserve items. Ruptured duck, but it's also got Marine Corps items. So I'm not sure if he was a Marine prior to and went into the Navy Reserve, or somehow those got mixed up. But really neat. And this one here is also, they're also named. You can see right there. First enlistment on his good conduct medal, 1927, 1932. That great medal. I've got a few of those. You can see it's numbered if you see right there on the edge. And he was on some kind of sports shooting team, military shooting team. Expert pistol and that great expert rifleman with the eagle globe and anchor in the center of the cross rifles there. Another great piece. This pickup was really great because I'm focusing on World War One, so there's a lot of World War One stuff in here, which is awesome. I think these also have some fingerprints on the back of the dog tags there. With his Haitian campaign medal, I think that one's numbered too. Yep. His West Indies victory medal from World War One. His good conduct. I don't think it's engraved on the back. It might be, but it's also numbered there on the bottom. This I thought was just a more modern, because it's a female name, Margaret Williams. I haven't had a chance to look it up, but it's actually from 1944. A Navy, what is that, a sharpshooter medal, I believe, or something like that, marksman medal. So I guess maybe she was part of the Waves program. These were all together too with the smaller ranks insignia. So that's a really neat grouping. I don't get too many female groupings especially. And here's a sailor from the USS Corsair with his dog tags and all of his medals. There are some that are named on the back. I think the good conduct is named. Really neat. And these are just some ribbons that I found together. And yes, another named grouping. See the dog tags there. Marine Corps Reserve. Has a National Guard of New Jersey medal. His victory medal. And just another dog tag. Nice grouping. Whole bunch of victory medal ribbons. And that one there's got, what, 6 stars on it. Kind of jumbled up there. Very nice. Again, World War One stuff. And this, I've got plenty of this guy's dog tags for the different variations. And is named good conduct, as well as all of his medals and his ribbon racks. And there's his name there. Here we go, another named grouping. A Marine Corps officer with his IDs. Dog tag. Some pieces of his uniform, or parts of his uniform. is Equal Open Anchor. Second Nicaraguan campaign medal. I think that's numbered as well. And Asiatic campaign medal. And since I was a MP myself, this one really caught my eye. I love it. It's a named grouping from the Hawaiian division. With his MP Bazaar, his name tag button there, his Hawaiian Department ID, his Class A card to give him privileges, and some of his ribbons. That's a great piece there. It's got a pin back on the back of it. Hawaiian Division badge. These are not all named to the same person, but they're in groups. Like this is a group right here named to this Clifford Yildall. I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce that, but for his first enlistment in 25 to 35 or 28 to 35 with his ribbon rack. And then this is another grouping here. These two medals would herald Rough Garden 27 to 30. I can't remember. I think this is not grouped with anything, but it is numbered on the bottom edge there. So I don't know if it goes with this group here or not, but World War I Victory Medal with the France tab on it. And his fifth enlistment, 1915 to 1919, for that Marine there. And this grouping doesn't have a name. It is numbered again on the bottom. And it has that, I can't think of what that's called now, but. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 groupings there. This is a mixture I put together as I was finding different things. These are all N.S. Meyer General Stars. And that one right there is actually Mark Sterling. With some of these great medals. That looks like a victory medal, but it's like a victory medal for a state. I think like a state issued it. Arctic Campaign medal. The English, I can't remember the medal that is. That one there is cool. It's from the Swedish Americans. And it says it was given to our boys. Really neat. Almost looks hand etched. And I think this is Order of the Black Star, but I could be wrong because the star doesn't quite look right. The color of the ribbon and everything does. And I can't remember what this one is. The French. It's like one of their higher awards. But they're both mini medals. I wasn't able to identify that one there if it focuses at all. Some great aviation collar pins. First Marines screwback pin. I don't know why the bullet was in there, but it was in there. And Daughters of Founders and Patriots of America medal. This is definitely going in my collections. I'm focusing on World War I and earlier stuff, but this is the War with Spain, 1898 medal. Not named, but numbered. And these other pieces were just kind of floating around in boxes. This is really, really cool. If it focuses on that little pin there, victory ribbon pin. Focus there, and anybody knows what that's from, I can look it up, but I haven't had the chance. Some area command. And I think this is a Daughter of the Confederacy pin or something like that. Little CIB second award that somebody made into a tie clip. And I'm going to skip over to some Vietnam era stuff. This stuff is really cool to me. My father's a Vietnam vet. But these are all Vietnamese made or made in Vietnam. Original boxes. You can see they all have all the different date clasp on them. One is actually early. I forget the dates on it. Let me see. 49 to 54 on that one. Right there. Anyway, so the boxes are all original. I don't find a lot of Vietnam stuff, but in this there happen to be a few pieces. Like these, I think they're called beer can DIs, the DUIs. I'm trying not to make this too long, but it looks like it's going on for a while. But I'll try to speed it up a little bit. And this, I'm not going to take them out because I'm worried I'm going to rip the ribbons. I've taken them out a couple of times, but it's a British Star and the Victory Medal, and they are both actually engraved with a name. The Victory Medal is engraved on the outer rim with a number and name, and they both match in this great case. This says it's researched from a John, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but a Marine who landed at Veracruz, Mexico in 1914. This is just a MP badge. It's Vietnam era. It's pretty cool, but nothing crazy. And check out those unauthorized, I think they are badges. I read a little bit about them. Not these, but these here. Are only allowed on that base. I just found this Hawaiian flag folded up in something. Little pocket or parade size flag. I just thought it was neat, so I'm trying to straighten it out a little bit. World War I, or pre-World War I, German railroad workers service pin in the original case. And these English or British medals, I think the Boer War or something like that. You can see it comes from a nice maker. And not one, but I have another case from the Brits with different medals on it. From Egypt, 1882, with the maker there. I hadn't seen these domed, not the one there, just the flat one, but there's domed marksman badges. That was pretty neat to find. This is actually just a named, I think he was a treasury worker. His pens and his coin there with his name on it. Different little pieces. And this is a really neat shoulder rope, but you can see the bottom of it there has Eagle Globe and Anchors right there. A really quality piece. You can just tell by how it's made and the thickness of it there. Right, 1909. Fort Logan 21st Infantry book. This is great because it actually has the roster. So it'd be great for somebody who's trying to research from information from them. There's another photo album here. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. And this, all of these medals are for different Marines, and they're all good conduct medals. The only one that's not engraved is this one. But all the rest of these are engraved. Every single one of them. This one's really cool. It's probably my favorite one because it's got this extra little decoration there. And he was World War I vet. A lot of 20s and into the early 30s. And I think the oldest one I have is this one. 1905, I think it's 9. But I mean, where are you going to find, and this all came from one guy. I don't know where you're going to find that many named medals, period, much less that kind. All right, and this is the case that has those ruptured ducts I was talking about earlier. So It's got some cool pens, period, in it. More ruptured ducts and some war workers pens. I haven't actually taken them all out to look at them all. I'm not sure what that Confederate flag pin is there. But the ruptured ducts, they're starting right there. I've never seen them with the unit additions there, kind of hanging off of them. I mean, how cool is that? You know, ruptured ducts, there are a lot around, but I don't even see an example online. Could be something common I just don't know about, but some Marine Reserve, Coast Guard, Army, I've seen those before, but there's an Air Corps ruptured duct. Anyway, so this whole, I'd be happy just to find this in a case like this. This was already like this when I got it, so I didn't do anything extra. Now this box is mine, but I found all of these wings in that collection. Naval, this is gold filled. And a lot of these are sterling, but that one's gold filled. Flight surgeon. That's a really neat one there. It's not marked, but it looks older on the back. Air Force. But look at I guess it's a sweetheart brooch. But it's all blinged out for them to wear. That's great bullion threaded Navy aviator's patch. It's really thick bullion thread. Air crew. Bombardier. Jump wings. Army aviation wings, each set. And a ready-made set. I got straight out the box there. All right, these are something I took a crapshoot on. I wanted it all. I just bought it all, but I'm not even sure. I've looked them up and I was able to find something about this one. They're real small. They're this one online. I found that it's a souvenir, like 1930-ish dress bayonet letter opener. That would have said souvenir of something right here. But there's several different variations in here. This does have something inscribed there. And they all have knots except for one. This one actually has a date. I think it says Germany, 25th of July, 1919 on this one. This I have no idea. So if anybody knows anything about these little souvenir type dagger things, I don't even know what that's supposed to be on it right there. They're all really cool. This one actually has a frog on it. And this is another example of this other one. Anyway, anybody have some info on those? Say I have somebody coming tomorrow, but I always appreciate any information. These may wind up in the display case over there, depending. Let me grab a couple more things and we can wrap this video. Well, I won't take them all out, but this box, it's full. There's dog tags from different soldiers, and it's full of challenge coins. There's a couple of Chief of Staff challenge coins that look legit to me. There's probably 40 or 50 challenge coins, a little re-enlistment letter opener. Had these two helmets as well. Which are really cool. I always love finding helmets. And these boxes are full of books. This happens to be a 1918 Navy manual. There's a bunch of research type books in here and books on Nazi subjects and things. I wasn't going to get the books, but he just said go ahead and take them. So I said, why not? There's some cool books in here though. Like this one, World War II, to the history of that unit. And these boxes are full of kind of miscellaneous. There's some non-military stuff. There's a military Zippo still in the box in there. I forget the unit. It's like a field artillery unit. I won't go through this whole box, but this is the kind of stuff that's in here. It's just randomly some of the East German little metal rack, and there's some medals and some coins, more coins and stuff in there. This is full of patches. I mean, there's some great patches. A little stack of airborne tabs, DUIs. There's some older patches in here. I haven't blacklighted to any of them, but I know there's a 1st Marine in here that looks pretty aged, but who knows. There's a K-Mag patch. Anyway, great stuff. I mean, ribbon racks, cloth ribbon racks. A bunch of these pocket hanger, headquarters identifiers and stuff, and I think that's Australian Army. Just crazy amounts of stuff. And I'm supposed to be going back to buy more from the guy in this same collection. This is all one person's collection. That is Widow, I think, sold to my friend. And my friend's just a picker. He doesn't really necessarily focus on military stuff. He just calls me whenever there is military stuff. I got one more thing to show you. Let me lay it out and I'll show you. All right, this is a print. He has several of these prints, different kinds that I've been trying to buy from him for a while, and he finally dug some out. But I had him throw this into the deal for me, because I've been real big into collecting the veteran signed stuff. And this is a print that's signed by the pilots who were depicted in the print, which is really neat. I'm really getting into this stuff. I might have this framed to put it up in the collection. Anyway, so sorry for the long video, but it was just so much stuff, and I'll try to give an update as, like I say, the guy I have coming helps me identify some things, and maybe some of the stuff I have no idea of the value of it. I have no idea how to say, hey, this is authentic, or if it's... I'm confident on the metals and things like that I've seen before. I'm no expert at all, but I have had plenty pass through my hands to know the differences. But those little daggers I know nothing about. Some of those German pieces, like I said, they look like prisoner of war buttons or something I don't know anything about. But anyway, so stay tuned for updates, and make sure you subscribe, because I will be hopefully buying the rest of this. He used the words, quote, "This is nothing. Wait till you see the rest." So stay tuned for that. And hopefully I have some more good stuff for you guys to find. If you have any questions, or make comments if I said something wrong or whatever. But thanks for watching.